actually are just launching the program that we are starting a new program. You all know what we do here at Voice of Nations. For those of you who don't know, you've seen us before. I'll just give a brief welcome to you all. We just want to thank you for coming here, and we look forward to welcoming you, working with you, and thriving and soaring with you to greater heights so you can accomplish your heart's greatest desires and life purpose. That's what we do. We work in 5 key areas: empowerment and transformation, so you become aware of who you truly are. There is that self-awareness. Who are you? What is within you? The strength within you, the power within you, so you can use that when you deal with individuals, society at large, and also different institutions. Another area, once you become aware of who you are, the strengths within you, then now you can selectively choose your path. Because I know, for example, I'm highly gifted in words, I want to become an author. I'm highly gifted in art, I want to become an artist, and all of that. So we now guide you into choosing a career path or starting your own business to give you all the skills, the confidence you need. Because I always say, and it's not even just me, it is obvious that it's not what we know that is important, but it's having that confidence to apply what we know that makes all the difference. I can have a lot of knowledge, I can know so many things, I can be a great artist, I can be a great designer. If I don't go out there, if I'm not confident to step out and take actions, start sewing for people, start designing for people, start doing those pictures or writing those books, unfortunately it will make no difference. My gifts will remain trapped within me and will serve no one. So we want you to gain that confidence, that unwavering confidence once you know who you are, so you can trust yourself because you know your strengths as well as your weaknesses. The year at Voice of Nations, we always encourage you and support you to harness your strengths, to focus on your strengths, because your strengths define you, never your weaknesses. However, there are some weaknesses that we know will sabotage your greatness. We hold you back from fulfilling your greatness. So we work on those weaknesses, things like low self-esteem, limiting beliefs, negativity, playing small, mediocrity, all of those negative charts and all of that. Our well-being as well. So another key area, once you know who you are, you have all the strengths, you're confident now, your health and well-being is important. If we are dead, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do on this planet, am I right? It is what we have already done that we leave behind as our legacy. So it's important that while we are alive, while we are accomplishing our purpose and doing everything we love to make a difference, we care for our health and well-being, which is why we have this new session we are launching today, Unlocking Mental Resilience Blueprint. We'll go through an 8 weeks of intensive workshops with you, very, very dynamic, very engaging, reflective, We don't really prescribe, we give you the opportunity to reflect and find the tools and resources and power within you to enhance your mental, emotional, physical health and well-being so you can thrive in this challenging world, which is so tough, is so challenging. We'll continually encounter challenges in the world, am I right? Every single day of our life. When the rain, it looks like it never stops until it pours. It starts raining, then you think, oh my goodness, I'm wet. I've got my umbrella, then you realize now it starts pouring. But once we are prepared, we are actually better placed to deal with the challenges we face. It's like if I know it's going to rain today, I'm prepared. I step out with my raincoat, with my umbrella, and I'm shielded from the rain. It will not stop the challenges from happening anyway. But I've got all my tools and resources to kind of like protect myself, to kind of like be resilient and not allow the negatives and issues of the world get into me. I kind of repel them as I go about knowing that I am not those challenges. I am separated from them. I am unique. I'm not my problems. I'm not my trials. You are not whatever is happening to your life. You are a unique individual. Another area we work in is now helping you to either start your business. You have some highly gifted people. Not everyone wants to be employed. Who wants to use their greatest gifts to start their own businesses. Maybe you're a great cook, you want to open that restaurant. Maybe you're a great designer, like I said, you want to open that shop where you sew things for people. Maybe you're a great, writer, and we see some people who thought they were not writers. But once you understand who you are and understand some inherent talents that you have, you might start writing. We'll guide you. We've guided so many to start their own businesses, CICs, community organizations, charities as well. And then eventually, we strongly believe each one of us is a leader. Each one of us is unique. How many of us agree we are each leaders? Amazing. We've got a leader here. How many of us agree we are leaders? Each one of us. Amazing, amazing. I'm really happy because we are all unique. We are all distinct. No two of us is the same, am I right? So there is something so special and unique about you. And if I have to learn about that, our world needs to learn about that, they have to go to none other than Megan. Megan is just like the body parts I always say. Our eyes are so unique. They are the parts that lead when it comes to bringing sight to this body. Our nose lead when it comes to breathing. Our mouth when it comes to speaking and eating, and so on and so forth. So in other words, being a leader doesn't necessarily mean that I don't follow you in the areas where you are leading. I am not gifted in that area, and because you are highly gifted, I want to learn from you and follow you while still remaining a leader in my own right and in my field where I'm highly gifted and passionate about making a difference as well. So those are the key things we do. And another thing that, of course, we do through our conferences, seminars, again, knowing itself is not what you know, but who you know that's important, am I right? Our wonderful Molly Stone here who just published her book. If she had been, surrounded by some people who didn't believe in the potential and greatness within her, she would not be the incredible author we see today. There was a connection she made, the people she got to know, and in an instant, can you imagine, on retirement, when people are thinking I can't do anything, and they've labeled her, she's dyslexic, she's that, now she's got a book. Because of the people she surrounded herself with, which is why we keep doing all of these seminars, all of these conferences, to meet people who guide us and enable us to achieve our full potential and life purpose. Because we don't know, who is out there. We might not have access to where we want to be or the person we want to go to, but we may know someone who has access to them or will guide us to that destination and allow us to achieve our heart's greatest desires and goals. And today, as one of those key projects working on our mental health and well-being, we have another program that most of you are already enrolled on about building your skills, personal development. You also will have one-to-one coaching for myself. We'll have some group workshops, which is all about supporting you to harness your greatest potential, to thriving in life, be it in getting a job that you want, your dream job, be it in starting your own business, in supporting you thrive mentally, emotionally, physically, even in your relationships. We work in a very holistic way because we don't believe that success is only on one side. In fact, so many people used to ask, what do you people really do? It's like you're everywhere. I'm like, it's obvious. You cannot just say, what does this body do? The same body is responsible for eating, for sleeping, for hearing, for talking, for walking. We are actually we are dynamic. It means we are not one, how can I say? We are multifaceted as humans. It's about holistic living. We can never talk of having integrity, of having wholeness, if the parts are falling apart. My professional life is apart. We think sometimes we have two different lives. You hear people say, oh, put your personal things, whatever, aside at home, and when you come to the office, show up with some professionalism. It's like the thing, you have two lives, a professional life and a personal life. But that's not true. We are getting to see that more and more in our world today. If my health, my personal life is affected, my marriage is breaking down, my family dynamics is breaking down, it's only a matter of time before it spills over to everything I do. Am I right?
Yeah.
I will bring that to my workplace. I will not be able to effectively do the work I used to do. I used to love and enjoy doing. And it's the same thing. We've seen how stress from work has resulted to a lot of absenteeism at work. People becoming so stressed, depression, high level of that. Excessive stress from work. It now goes back, it affects your personal life. You go back home taking the stress that an employee, a staff, a colleague, your boss has brought upon you. You shower that to your children, to your family, your spouse, and there is chaos at home. So for us, it's really about holistic living. It's really about thriving in all areas of our life. Success is not just a destination. Success is truly living the life we're born and placed on earth to live every single day, enjoying as you walk on that journey in becoming your best self, your greatest self, and living the ultimate purpose you're placed here to live. So we are looking at this mental well-being program. It will be for 8 weeks. We start next week. And each session will focus on, will be powerful, will be dynamic. We'll go back to when, the times before lockdown where we did a lot of interactive role play and all of that. We'll have some engagement, so you get to speak, you get to be involved. And it's usually small groups. It's a maximum of 20 people. Some might join on Zoom, some might be here if you want to come. But I think there's something powerful when we come together, isn't it? Physically, it's incredible, the energy and everything that is present. So we look at self-awareness. First and foremost, you must become aware of who you are. Like the Socrates said, man, know thyself. The greatest power and control you ought to have or ought to have is self-control. If I cannot control myself, who can I control in the world? If I actually lose control, I can't even keep my own self on track. You know, I'm constantly like everywhere exploding. How can I keep maybe my child and those I'm called to lead on track? I'm going to lead them astray in my chaotic world. So it's really about that self-awareness. Again, who are you? Then above all, because it's a holistic well-being, we go beyond just the physical you. We go beyond just I am a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a whatever it is, engineer. We go beyond that. Who are you as an individual? So we get back to the depth, the foundational pillars, understanding as humans we are made of a spirit, a body, and a soul. And we understand that the real life power in us that enables us to thrive is our spirit. That is connected to the spirit of our creator. Some say the universe, some call it, but there is one powerful force which I believe is God. He is love, He is present in each one of us, and He is spirit, He is not physical. When we are connected to that source, that powerful source that replenishes us, it's like being connected, this light, to the source of electricity. While we don't see that source of electricity, without that source we cannot have light in this building. And as long as there continue to be that flow, then this is the ultimate life we're going to experience in this physical reality when we step into this room. So this physical body, in other words, we flourish, optimal health and well-being when we are tapping from deep within us, from that well of well-being, from that spring of love, of joy, of peace. These are all spiritual concepts, am I right? No. Can we literally ever touch peace? I saw peace. This is how peace looks like, a storm, you know, long. Can we do that? No. Can we talk about how love looks like? I found love, I saw him, he's run away. Can we? But you know when you're in the presence of love. You know when you experience love. Love is a spiritual concept. It is within us. And it is that entity of our spiritual nature that allows us to be able to experience that in our physical body. And we know what happens to us when we are in love, when we experience love, when we have love and give love. It's incredible the energy that love brings, am I right? Yeah. Even in a very physical existential reality, we emanate with love wherever we go. We are walking, we are flourishing, we forgive others, we can be at peace with them, we don't carry them in unforgiveness because we know that, you understand, I'm not here to take people's body with me. My spirit is light and my body is light, and when I don't take the load of unforgiveness along with me, I'm just going to release that because my nature is love, and as love, I always forgive. It's like light. You don't go about saying, oh, there was darkness in that room before I stepped in. You don't carry the baggage and burden of darkness as light. You come in and you take over. You shine your light and there is no darkness. So in other words, when we understand that spiritual concept, which will be the key of our self-awareness, we can benefit from the overflow of love, soundness of the mind. Peace is a spiritual concept. We are looking at, we don't want peace. I mean, there's so much war out there. What do we expect if we are at war with our own selves? If I am at war with myself, can I bring peace wherever I go? Wherever I step in, there will be war. I simply cannot give what I don't have. It's like if I'm walking on my cup, I have no water. All I have is coffee. Wherever you see me, if you want something, I can always pour coffee. I don't have water. So what do we expect if we see a world of people filled with bitterness, hatred, malice, and they hurt themselves? What do you think? Someone inflicting pain on their own self, someone being nasty on their own self, calling themselves all sorts of nasty names. When we call others great names, it's just pretense. Because the truth is, I cannot give what I don't give, what I don't have. If we truly had the opportunity, all of us treating ourselves so poorly in demeaning ways, the truth is we treat others better than we treat ourselves, not because we truly love them. We are all either afraid of rejection or what they will do. Because if we don't have love, then we cannot give what we don't have. If we have love, we will show that on ourselves. We'll be kind, we'll be loving, we'll be forgiving towards ourselves, we'll be much more flexible and softer towards ourselves. We will not keep a record of our wrong, working with years of bondage and living in unforgiveness and regret. We'll move on because love always forgives. So we really want to go to that concept for us to understand. And the key power, the most powerful tool, force, resource, if we can say weapon that we have to conquer ill health, negative health, is our mind. Our mind is within our soul. We'll get to understand the soul much more, what that encompasses, which is our mind, emotions, and willpower. And we know that in this world, those who struggle mentally, they don't have enough willpower to take some of those courageous decisions, even when they don't feel like. Willpower is doing something when they don't feel like doing it. And we know the highest amount of people who are struggling, depression, mental health conditions, when they don't feel like doing it, they live on feelings. If you speak to them 20 minutes, 1 hour, I bet you can count the number of times. It's like with every 1 second they'll tell you, I feel, I feel, I feel. They express themselves through feelings. I feel today is not a nice day. I feel I'm low. I feel. When you're in a state of being, you're not feeling. It's your present reality. I know I'm experiencing love. I experience this way within me. I have joy within me. I know that joy is a lasting, experience. It doesn't just go, even when I meet challenges, because I've got joy within me. I'm able to tap from within me and make me smile. That will make me smile, even when things are not really okay. I can still say, this too shall pass. It's only a matter of time. So we have to really understand. Again, emotions. Look at those who are really struggling. We have all sorts of medical levels now, from whatever HAD to that never existed before. Never. You can really not diagnose someone based on their emotions, because emotions are fleeting. They are short-lived. They are changing always. So we help you to understand and effectively harness your emotions. Emotion is energy in motion. Emotions are messages telling us to do something. When we feel fear, we are having like that inner perception of danger ahead of us. So the message is like, maybe don't take this route. There is something. So it's to harness that. When we feel anger or bitter about something, we don't like it. Maybe someone is abusing someone, you are so angry. Anger itself is not like a negative emotion. It's what you do with that anger. It's how you channel it. Some people have known them to use anger to become the best self, to serve the world. Someone had to say enough of abusing children. I'm so angry about doing this. I'm going to set up an institution to support children who are being abused. So it's how we channel their messages, how we take them, interpret them, understand them, we respond in accordance with our understanding and interpretation of those things that happen to us in life. They are never the things that happen to us. Like people will say, oh, you can't understand. I went through this, that, and that 50 years ago. Now I have post-traumatic disorder, name it, and so on and so forth. I don't mean in any way to downplay this. But the truth is, unfortunately, we perish because we lack knowledge. Due to ignorance, we buy into and conform into the state of the world, the things that the society gives us. So the pharmaceutical companies can get rich. We should understand that pharmaceutical companies are in the business of selling drugs. It's their business. They're not really in the business of your health and well-being. And we've seen that over time. How drugs like thalidomide has destroyed enormous mothers, children, pregnant. They had to be taken off. How could that go on for so long? They were in the business. So we really have to understand and become knowledgeable that, there is much more to our health. There is much more. We should not just allow our emotions to, dictate our life. Or people think that you can take drugs to stop your emotion. No. Emotion is energy in motion. It's like you're boiling water. Water transformed to steam. Energy can never be created or destroyed. It's transformed from one state to the other. Mechanical to kinetic to heat energy. It's like you're boiling water. It gets to that boiling stage, 100 degrees. Steam comes up. Am I right? Can you cover steam? It will find a way out. Emotions have to be expressed. They are not to be trapped, held, and tied. So it's understanding and then allowing ourselves to express our emotion in the most healthy, effective, and assertive way through our actions, without necessarily being aggressive or being passive. Saying, oh, I'm not going to speak. No, if you don't speak, you are passive, you hurt yourself, you are suppressing those emotions. They are pressing on your organs. We've seen cases where people are so passive, it's led them to have resentment, heart problems, cancer, and even people who are so angry. Because you just like every emotion you kick and it leads to high blood pressure, so many other things, heart diseases. So it's really for us to become aware of these emotions, harness them, and use them for the effective benefit of our health and well-being so we may thrive. I'm going to stop here if you have any questions. So we'll be looking at all of those things. We'll have different sessions, and then we'll look at the power of the mind, the power of words, the power of our thoughts. We've heard again and again, as you think, so you are. Words are powerful. It is no joke. It is no cliche. Lives have been built by words. Everything we are today, it was through words. You went to school, you studied. If you wanted to become a doctor, am I right? You had words. You read words. You went there, you responded using words, and you became a doctor. I don't know why I keep using doctor example. I need to find another example. I used to understand this my field, doctor, engineer, lawyer. I need to find other examples. So it's all author, it's all words. You transform life through your books. It's all words. People learn from your experiences that you share, the challenges you went through, like our wonderful milestone, how you overcame it, and you are thriving today, and you encourage them. They are just your words. Words are spirit as well. Can you really hold the words and say, I've pocketed milestones, word, and I'm praying with it every day? But it lives in you because it has life. It gets deep into your soul and begins to become alive in your everyday action, manifesting itself through the way you think, you act, and live your life. So this is the real concept we're going to look at. How we can transform our life by transforming the words we speak. Knowing that words are life or death. Your mind is the most precious guardian you have. You cannot just put any junk in it. Imagine, it's like going to the bin. When you throw things at the bin, everything you have in your home that is damaged, you put it in the bin, am I right? Do you ever go back to the bin and get dirty junk food and eat? Think about it. We take the junk, instead of throwing them out there, we put them in our body, in our mind, to consume junk. Something that we know is not good for this body. How come consistently we are talking those negative thoughts, we are thinking those negative thoughts, we are not good enough, we are silly, we are that, and destroy ourselves. And when it's alive or dead, it emanates the energy, the destructive energy. We've seen people who've been abused in their marriages, and what has happened? Today they are depressed. They were mainly words. Am I right? But it's now transformed their life. It's completely changed their life from what they used to be to negative. We've seen people who were so depressed on medication. Now they are thriving because they transformed their words. The words they spoke to themselves, the words they thought, their way of thinking. So we look at all of that and then gratitude. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. Count your blessings is powerful. Counting our blessings has a way of replenishing our life, has a way of making us feel content, making us experience wholeness, knowing that we have. Because we focus on what we have. It's like having a half full cup. I'm looking at the half full cup I have. So I'm so blessed. There are others who have empty cup. With my half full cup and myself and even serve others. The ungrateful person is looking at the half full cup. They are not even benefiting from what they have in the cup because they are so focused on filling that cup. Who has my other part of the cup? Who has taken my this? Who has taken my that? We live in a world today of entitlement, and people don't recognize the blessings they have. That what a privilege to live in a society where you can benefit from, things that you never work. They give you money and stuff like that. In Africa, you don't work, you don't eat, literally. So we fail to understand that we become so entitled that our mind is always looking for the next, and we are truly empty within. So we'll get all of that and practice gratitude every single day of our life. If you have any questions, we're going to call our wonderful author, incredible Molly Stone, who will definitely bless us.
Oh, that's me.
Awesome. So any questions? Any questions?
Do you have a question?
Not really.
Awesome. Any questions?
Well,
anything you want to add?
Question.
Anything you practice to thrive in optimal mental health and well-being that you want to share with us? Yes, we might take with us and add in our toolbox. Even the best doctors, if you put them in an empty room to do an operation, what can they do? Nothing. Am I right? So even if we're in the best frame of mind, we don't have those tools to use when we encounter those rainy days, those challenging days. What do? So what we're going to do is get all those tools to conquer that challenge when there is whatever we throw the arrow out and so on and so forth. any addition, please, then we're gonna call.
I agree with you when you said about the medication that we take. I've done exactly, you know, I had bad back pain, say, a few months ago, and I went to the doctors every day, and he was saying to me, come tomorrow if they don't work, come tomorrow. And I felt like vomiting, all the side effects, I was getting them off every single tablet. So I went to the doctors for 5 days, and then on the Monday, I phoned up the doctors and she said to me, it's okay, come in. And when I read the leaflet, it said, you should go straight to hospital for the side effects I was getting. So that's why the doctor had me in every day. Yeah. So I agree with you the way you're saying, the medication, it's about the money, because it made me feel a hell of a lot worse. Yeah. And in the end, I just ended up taking them. Yeah. So I went on to a list of stuff. Yeah. And that helped me an awful lot.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, don't get us wrong as well. There's some medications that will help, or some cases isn't it. It's just like, are you going to rely completely on that? It's like you have headache. Of course, headache will resolve because maybe you've not slept well, you've been stressed. But if you really just have you need some immediate remedy because you have to work. Maybe it's that paracetamol, but you cannot rely on paracetamol every single day to cure your headache. You must take some decisions in your life to sleep well, eat well, drink a lot, so you are not dehydrated. So don't get us wrong and think we are saying that don't take any medication at all. I'm a medical professional and all of that. You know, the other day I said, usually when I have a cold, honestly, I'm the last person to take medications. I hardly take medication because I'm so aware of all the dangers and damages. One, especially when they start giving you a drug against a side effect. That particular drug has its own side effect. Then they give you another one, so your body becomes a cascade of drugs for various side effects, and it affects you and it gets even worse. So the other day, I was like, I had to work, I had things to do, I had a terrible cold. And I was just laughing, I had to do some stuff. I knew that my ginger, because ginger is great if you take it every day, it prevents some of this cold from coming. I'm like, my ginger, garlic, and all the natural will take so long now, I'm just gonna get that. But my husband, bless him, he's the doctor in our home. He's the one that prescribes. 1 second you just tell him a problem, he's bringing you medication. Wow. He's like, it's not wow. He's not wow about that. He wants you to take medication. He's like, and one time he's convincing me, I'm like, did you do medicine or I did that? And he's telling me this with this. I'm like, are you really? So he's like, just get the, I know. He's like, get the Dayless, get the this. He's going to the pharmacy and brought them. I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to take the Dayless today. And I take one. And then the other one, another one in the morning, and that was it. I felt better. I was like, I'm done. So yesterday I just had a little bit of cough again. He said, you did not complete your dose. Last night, he said, you're supposed to complete your dose of Dayless. Should I go and bring another one? I'm fine. I just exposed myself a little bit more. I just need to keep myself. He just kept repeating, are you sure? It's better that you complete the full dose. Oh, he's taking the full dose for him. He can be 7 days on that thing, honestly. So it's like he has that mind of. So I would hardly, but in that case I took, but I know that that's not, it's just like to help you. So you put a plaster on your wound. The true healing is that the wound was healed from what happened to it. So your whole body is restored. That plaster just covers it for that moment so you don't bleed everywhere you go. But you cannot constantly, like all the antidepressants, unfortunately, that's why you never leave. They only add and increase.
Problems.
A lot. And you be on it all your life. Antidepressants don't cure you. It suppresses, it makes you sedative. It's like taking alcohol and forget about my problems for a day. Is that anything that makes me better? So they'll say, I slept. Of course, I've taken alcohol and I'm drunk. I will sleep and forget about my problems. But when I wake up, my problem is there. And if I do that day 2, week 1, week 3, my problem keeps piling. And then I'm even getting worse because I become weakened. There's debilitated. You know, I'm weakened. I don't have strength now from the medication, the side effects and all of that. Unfortunately, it's really sad. And they tell you, each time you come back, they increase the dose. Like once you're saying to yourself, I had serious pain, severe pain on my shoulder. It's incredible. I'm saying incredible in quotes, but it's terrible how some of these doctors operate today. Just like you, Lauren, he told me, oh, you need a painkiller. I said, there's nothing I can do. What if I keep exercising it? Because he says no. Because if you exercise it, look at the oh my goodness, the way he reasons. Because exercise, you will not be able to move it, Because when you feel the pain, you will surely stop. But when you take the painkiller, it will suppress the pain. So he told me you need the painkiller. I said, are you sure there's nothing I can do? He said, no, exercise will make it worse. How can I be on painkiller for how long? He said, just take it until after 2 weeks, come and see me back. I left that office, I stopped.
It's not worse than the pain I had.
I started swimming, I started exercising gradually, massaging it every day. Within 2 weeks, it was gone. And I could move it now. Because if you don't move your hand, the more you move, there's flexibility, mobility, and we have like sockets in our bodies which are lubricated. Well. So you are moving it, there's a lubricant. So it's needed. It's like a door that is not moved for so long. It's rusty, it's stiff. Exactly. But you are telling me, just drink painkiller to kind of calm that effect. Don't move it, don't do it. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous. You go complain you are low, they don't even ask you your problems at home. What is causing this lowness? Maybe you don't have friends. The next thing you want to give
your lifestyle and things that have been thrown at you, and it's also you control.
They want to give you medication, then it suppresses you, it sedates you.
So the money, isn't it? The money big
and some of the doctors, of course, you have people going to see them, certain prescription, the more you prescribe it, they give you bonus. Pharmaceutical companies. They have what they call agents. Their goal is to sell a particular type of medicine as first-line therapy for a certain illness. And as a doctor, if you prescribe that, they will give you some bonuses. They make agreement with them.
Oh, the doctor makes the bonus?
Yeah,
that's what I've heard that,
Yes, and honestly, it's their way of, trading. So they say, referral is that you're bringing me customers who are taking my medication, so I'll give you this amount. So they just continually do that and unfortunately damage your life. There are one point when you come when they cannot do anything else. You see, they tell you, we are sorry, we can't do anything else. They send you now to, what is it?
Space.
The care homes or...
like my brother's in a care home.
Your drugs are not working anymore because they've damaged all your organs.
This is
destroyed you.
My brother got the job with the
Who wants to go to that? I know, that's another thing.
And my brother swore by it, and my other brother. And he was telling everyone to get it, get the job on. And now he's ends up with a stroke. And he's in a care home. And the other brothers, he's got heart problems as well.
Yes.
And the other brother's got heart problems.
Yes, that's right.
My sister, who's an ex-nurse, she's got heart problems. She took
and
it.
And they were fine before that.
Nothing wrong with them.
I know, a lot of people died, lost their lives.
And now my brother,
terrible.
Not the one in the home, the other brother, he's denying now that he's had the job because I think he feels stupid. Here's why he didn't get it. Because there's that many people saying to him, you've got heart problems because you feel stupid now. I've never had
especially for men, it's so rampant. Especially those who are fit, we used to be fit, you take it, blood clot, heart problems, it's a huge side effect from that. It's so unfortunate. And think about it. If I was sure about my products, they ask you to sign. They all sign an agreement. Nobody ready. When you're writing those things, those little conditions, it's to share, it says anything happened. I heard there was a very rich man in France, he died. They wanted to sue them, they can't sue them. You sign that, yes, you are agreeing, it's a test, yes. They are testing it. So they have no, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yet you go to buy something in the shop, you want all the guarantee for your gadgets, and then you treat your body like some junk. You don't need guarantee for something you're putting into your body.
Well, Megan got threatened with the sack, didn't you?
I just stood my ground, like the way to work, so I didn't want to get it. I think it was the week before they scrapped it. They gave me a date to go on a panel with all like the high managers and everything else. So I was like, fine.
Unfortunately, scrapped.
We went on a freedom walk, didn't we?
We
went on a freedom walk the Saturday before. It got scrapped on the Tuesday, and I was due to have the meeting on the Thursday. But there was me and two of my other friends, and we were just hoping and praying, and then it did get scrapped. But there was a lot of people who really didn't want it, and they
were not going like you. Even I was mentoring a lady as well. She had to go to the disciplinary. I kept telling her, "I'm not taking. If you came to me for advice, I will tell you." I said, "Do not be afraid. There is no way evil will ever prevail. Sometime soon, good will come up. The truth will come up. It's just a matter of time.
I support
And it
that.
took some nurses, some elderly nurses to match what has become, since when in the medical field, the first aid ultimate.
That's what I said, because your body can't force it to have it.
Can you
Stay there.
imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. It's disgusting
But
what
I
went on.
said no anyway, so.
Yeah, and everybody didn't take it. So many people were afraid because we're thinking like, I don't have a daily bread. If I lose that job, you see, they use the thing that they know that is so important to use.
Right,
That
the job.
yes.
It's
Even that
disgusting.
lady, she's in Birmingham and she thanked me until it was cracked as well. She had to have a meeting with the highest on a Friday. She called me singing, just thanking God. We prayed together. I'm like, if you want to call me for your meeting, I will attend with you. But don't go for it. There will be other jobs. There will be other employers who are willing to employ people without that vaccine. If we had, for example, job opportunities, Sarah, we call people to be employed without a job.
If you wanted a job and you've had the vaccine, the chances are you'll end up ill and you won't employ you anyway. Because there's a lot of heart problems, blood clots. So if you say you had the job and you say, yeah, I'm not employing him or him. So,
And you see now, what the enemy always does is say, you divide to conquer. Divide the people, vax versus anti-vax. Family, you're like, oh, this, you're fighting against each other, and then the thief gets in. That's the strategy. That's the strategy that keeps you busy fighting against one another. Vax, anti-vax, this, that. What's your problem if I don't want to take a drug for my health and well-being? It's like you've described me that I have mental health, and then I don't want to take a drug. What's your problem?
yeah.
I'm not disturbing you. Is my madness in your home? No. Even if you were in your home, send me out of your home.
Yeah.
Don't force me to. It's ridiculous, honestly. I always say this jokingly that honestly, if I went to some GP today to be described, they will give some levels, hyper positivity, this, that. Now they start calling some positivity toxic positivity. Can you imagine? Because the positive people, they are like, why you think you are the one now to invest to make us think it's not cool to be super positive. Have you heard that? I say it's like you said, dark light. Light is light. There is no darkness in light.
No.
Toxic positivity is well. It's an antidote to toxicity. How do you start defining something? They just play with all of these words.
They do.
They will diagnose you that you are super happy. I read an article, and one lady, they said she's a psychologist, is so thorough. Can you believe that she was analyzing this lady who is always so happy? That when you see someone happy constantly in their life, I said, then that woman will definitely give me all sorts of levels. There is something deep they're hiding. There is a deep, dark side in them. Can you imagine? That is not normal for her to be happy every single day.
They want people to be sad.
Can you imagine? So you start looking deep within me. So I'm always happy. Is there something I'm hiding? It's ridiculous. I'll end here now. And then we'll have the wonderful Molly Stone. Anyone want to add again? So it's really that awareness, please. My people perish for lack of knowledge. Let's get more knowledge. Become aware. And once you know the truth, it will set you free. There is no fear. You operate in the truth. You will not be afraid like the COVID-19 vaccine. In fact, my husband and myself, we said if it meant that we will not travel, we will never go for holiday. We are happy to only stay in our home.
Yeah,
Even if it comes to a stage where they say
yeah.
don't go out of the home, than to take the jab. We are like, there is just no way. And as a medical professional, it takes years to get a vaccine.
Yeah.
There is no way you get that so rushed. You've not done all the clinical trials. You tell me it's safe and healthy. No. So again, this is all what we are doing today. And yep, we're going to end now. We're going to call the wonderful Molly. If anybody wants to add, they go.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.